Honestly, that's probably the worst trailer I've seen in the last 5 or 10 or 20 years. It's probably the worst trailer I've seen in over 20 years. That's clearly a straight to DVD movie. But there's a reason why it might make it to the theater, and I'll get into that in a second. But that's clearly a straight to DVD movie. Or not even DVD. It should just be one of those you can only watch it online because only a fool will buy a physical copy. That's just cool. That's just no. So this is the thing. This is I was hoping I get to see this trailer someday because I was already aware that this movie was gonna suck. I'll tell you the big awareness that this movie was gonna suck. Well, way before anything. One, he sucks at movie reviews. And that's the number one thing. When you suck at movie reviews, you can't do a movie. That's not possible. I'm being serious about that. Next thing, we all heard about his Batman v Superman take that he wanted to put in the movie and his excuse he came up with, but he decided to post it anyways. Okay, the things he came up with is blow my mind retarded for that movie. And the final thing, even though it's probably four things, but I'm trying to get started here. But the biggest thing that told me this movie is going to suck is just people don't see things like they're supposed to. I had the word in my head, but don't see the signs. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, don't see the signs. Okay, when Chris came out, no one was saying this. I always say this, kind of like one more year. I got to bring up Trump again. When Trump was trying to be a dictator in 2006, it took the news 6 years to come up and say Trump is trying to be a dictator. Oh my gosh, is he? So this dude did a video talking about he's not gonna review movies that he doesn't like or something. And there's so many single losers on YouTube ranting, making no sense, didn't put it together. His movie was he was talking about around the same time about what studio is going to take his movie, and it meant his movie sucks. So he didn't want to he realized how hard it is to do a movie. Like certain movies, I give them props. I said, I give this movie props for, trying. I think I did that for Mission Impossible. I give it props. I didn't understand they had problems and stuff. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know what the hell this director was smoking. But no, the reason why he has been saying, he doesn't want to review movies that he doesn't like anymore, which I'm pretty sure he probably still is. I don't watch him because he sucks as a movie reviewer. It's because he realized his movie sucks bad. But this is what's going to happen. I doubt I'm going to see that crap in the theaters, as in like trailers in theaters. They're going to flush that all through YouTube because that's the loser logic right there. That's the mom, can I come out of the basement now logic right there. Mom, can you cook my pizza for me logic right there. So that's when you get the weird old people that just want to just go support something and, like Kanye's losing money. Let's do a GoFundMe for him. So basically what I'm trying to say is it's kind of like that guy who did that movie called I Am a Racist, and he made like so many much money on it of, hate groups and stuff. So it's like so this is like, it's like weird. Celebrities can't get this kind of fan-based loser thing. They can't get the losers that go to Minecraft, throw popcorns around. Celebrities can't do that. But people like this guy and the internet kind of people can. So they're going to run that through YouTube over and over again. So people of the loser like us say, let's go just support it, man. I'm so excited of a clearly bad trailer. So this is the thing. This is like a big loser logic. What I always notice on YouTube. Usually, I'll see a bad clip. I don't remember what movies they are. I just remember like the last one. And I always think about what scene in a movie cannot be praised. Every time I see like a movie that was clearly known to be bad, but they'll show a clip of it on YouTube, so I'll click it. And and it was always like, oh wow, that's amazing. Usually it's like a Disney Marvel movie, and I'm like, this is crap. This is clearly crap. But it was just always they're always praised. So I tried this thing where it said 28 weeks years later, the first 10 minutes that recently popped out. Even though I saw that movie, it was a complete crap. Um, and then it was all positive comments like, wow, this is amazing, man. And then they come up with their theories and to a dumb scene that a movie clearly is not getting a sequel. No. I'm saying way like this, like I was for Mortal Kombat. That movie's not getting a sequel, and here we go. But I never check how much money certain movies make. I don't really care. But but this is what I'm trying to explain. Praising 28 years later, even though it turned out to be the way it did. There's just no other comments, and so there's other examples I noticed where there's something's always praised when it's clearly bad or something. So, but this is the one thing I've also noticed. But when something's hated by a hate group, go look at the clips for the those movies. And I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. But I'll bring this up the end. The movies, certain movies I'll be watching. But like I say, go look up Terminator Dark Fate. Go look up any clip for Terminator Dark Fate. This part makes me cringe, and that part too, and that part too. And things that don't make any sense to talk about this makes you cringe. It's just a whole bunch of just hate comments. And the thing is, like I said, I don't experience that in the real world at all. I don't. So it's like I said, what I constantly really do see is YouTube is a bunch of single dudes that don't know how to socialize with people because they probably try to bring that up in the real world, which is I know they don't have no one to talk to, but I'm just saying, but they have probably in some time in their life and then just end up alone and that's how they close themselves out into the internet. That's what it really seems like. But that's the thing is I want to say, go look for any movie that's not hated by a hate group. Positive. No matter how crappy that movie is, positive comments. Find a movie that's hated by a hate group, negative comments. Hopefully I said it right, but negative comments, nothing but negative comments. And just don't make any sense comments. So basically, movies I'll be watching when that movie comes out are movies that the Chris guy decide to boycott and not do a review or watch. Like I'll be watching when that movie comes out, The Little Mermaid, Snow White, The Marvels. I can't remember all the movies that I hate by the hate group. I'll be watching those movies. That's what I'll be watching. Supporting those movies that you decided not to do a review because hate groups or didn't like it. That's the one thing I noticed about the Chris guy. He refused to review movies that are hated by a hate group. Like it's a way of boycott and say, wink, it's a hate group. So that right there, that will like pump people up that gets him that's like, yeah, man, he sounds cool then. And again, it'll be a loser. But yeah, I'm boycotting that movie. I'll never see that movie, not even for free, because there's no people. I don't. It looked like it was made with like $5 or something. And the other thing is, I want to say about it. I'm like, what's up with these cop out movies? Those kind of movies are the worst cop out movies I've ever seen. I don't know if that's the right term, but it's just the most laziest, on thought kind of a movie that. It's just been done 100 times and it won't stop. She's gonna do an investigation after these ghost things if we realize what has happened, going to libraries and stuff. But that movie doesn't even look like it has a budget for her to go into a library to try to figure out what's going on. And and the thing is, I want to say into jump scares, but that movie looked like it didn't have money for jump scares. But no, it's not the fact that, but it's more about it's just like trying to be the biggest. They're known as the biggest sellout cheap movies, but this is really cheap. This is cheap out. They at least put 15 million on those kind of movies, but this is like a $2 million movie because they're expecting to get at least like 20 million back or something in these kind of movies. Not his. His is I don't think that's going to I mean, I would imagine that shouldn't go to theaters. But they're going to post the hell out of that only on YouTube. And I doubt I'll see a trailer like that in the theaters. It might be, I mean, I just don't. I don't see it. I think it's just for YouTube. And I think to me, something's weird. It's weird for something like that to even go to the big screen. It's more of an insult. So anyways, I gotta go. I just talk some shit to a guy full of hate because I know when someone's full of hate. Yeah, I see the side. So anyways, Yeah, I will be boycotting that. We'll be watching, like, Little Mermaid, Snow White, or what else? I can't remember them all, but I'll be more, have my mind on those movies that day and just imagine how those movies are going to be clearly way better. All right, peace. All right.